This movie starts with Marion Venner, who is the CEO of Wifelike, a tech company specializing in creating companions for people. He is promoting their products and services on television, and how much comfort his creations can bring to their owners. As it turns out, these specially programmed females are artificial intelligence robots, uploaded with people's memories. Next, a man named William visits Wife, and Marion praises his role in the company. William is an agent of this tech company, and he is there to pick up his robot. He walks into a room where a lady is. Meredith is already prepared for him to take home. William recently lost his wife, and Wife gives him a second chance with Meredith in a beautiful home. He recalls the day he first met Meredith. She came to visit him, which was part of her advocacy to end the Wifelike, something she had always disagreed with. However, life can be funny because the same company has just given her another chance at life. William takes her home and shows her how to be his wife, and she remembers being his wife. They eventually spend some time holding hands. After holding hands, William wants her to spend the whole night with him in bed, but she reminds him that she needs to charge her battery overnight. When she goes to the room, where she sees a mysterious man wearing a mask watching her from a tree nearby. However, before she figures out who he is, he leaves quickly. She also finds several diaries belonging to the original Meredith and briefly flips through them before berating herself. The next day, when she is making breakfast for William, she sees some citizens criticizing Wifelike and later learns that some companions have disappeared. It's clear that they were kidnapped by members of SCAIR, a protesting group. William works in a unit at Wifelike, which is responsible for retrieving stolen companions, so the news of these companions disappearing means he has to find them. When he goes to work, Meredith tries on some real Meredith's clothes and makeup. However, makeup is not easy for a robot. She messes up the lipstick. At work, William's task is to find two missing companions. When he starts looking for them, luckily, he encounters one of them, Wendy, who has escaped. She has an electronic band tied around her neck, programmed to electrocute her a certain distance away from the facility where they are being held. Fortunately, William finds her in time and disables the band before she is further injured. Wendy tells him about the other two, so he goes to rescue them. He finds them, but just before he rescues them, a man points a gun at the second companion. However, William shoots at him, rescuing the second companion. At home, Meredith goes to charge her battery and then enters dream mode. Here, she meets her interactive dream operator, IDO. After she agrees to dream, she is taken to her birthday scene. She meets William here, but also a masked man who gives her a card with a bird that looks like a character from Angry Birds. Afterwards, she returns to the IDO to inquire about the masked man, but he tells her there's no record of a masked man. When he asks if a report is needed, Meredith declines. However, she requests to activate her knitting mode, and the IDO obliges her. Using this new skill, she knits a pillow with a picture of the bird from the card the masked man gave her. Later in the day, she decides to try riding a bicycle. However, a strange lady startles her, causing her to fall off the bike. This lady urges her to remember who she is, as their time is running out. Bafflingly, Meredith tells William about this, but he disregards it, and tells her that many women despise companions because they take husbands away from them. Meredith then presents the knitted gift to William. However, he doesn't seem very excited. He tells her that Meredith never knew how to knit. Later that night, Meredith encounters the IDO while preparing to dream, but some of her dreams are locked. The IDO decides to give her a random dream, where she meets William. However, the man in the mask appears before her, not William. Meredith is panicking and asks him why he is following her. She tells him she doesn't remember him, so he grabs her, as if shaking her could shake her memory. At the same time, William wakes her up. She asks him about the masked man, but he tells her not to worry about him, because she just had a nightmare. Meredith begins researching her old journals, because she really wants to know why the masked man is after her, especially after he tells her that he knows everything about her, including the things she has forgotten. One day, William is called to find a missing companion, Lisa. He tracks her to an apartment where she works and goes in to pick her up. However, she has now changed her appearance and name, and refuses to return with William. Furthermore, she tells him that she doesn't like her current owner. William instructs her to go back, but she tells him that she ran away voluntarily and no matter how many times she is reprogrammed, she will not love her owner. They talk about being friends. William is unresponsive, so Lisa is forced to leave. However, she runs away and decides to jump from a height to end her life. Back home, the mysterious Lady Louise visits Meredith. She tells her that the guy in the mask wants to see her in person, but Meredith is not in the mood to see him. She orders her to leave and threatens to report their meeting to William. On the other hand, William brings Lisa's body back to his wife, finding that the company is now interested in a new project, Childlike, an artificial intelligence program that creates children. William expresses his concerns about this new project. His encounter with Lisa has led him to believe that some companions can be reprogrammed, potentially harming their owners or taking their lives. So he worries that this may not be a good idea for the children. However, the company's CEO is adamant about his concerns. Later, Meredith knits another Angry Birds pillow for her William, but from his face, William doesn't appreciate it much. She tells him about her meeting with Louise, so he calls his companion Jack home. When Jack arrives, they devise a plan to let Meredith sleep so they can find the masked man Keen's address. They put her to sleep, and the IDO takes her and Keen to a dreamlike place. While she is dreaming, Jack and William monitor her dreams. In the dream, Keen finally removes his mask, revealing that their memories have been wiped out. Then he gives her an address to see him as soon as she wakes up. When she wakes up, she finds William and Jack preparing to go to the place Keen gave her. Meredith is a little confused. She tells them that she remembers Keen's face, but William tells her to stay home because he and his partner are going to Keen's address. Upon arrival, they find a trap there. He is already gone. William rushes home and finds Meredith. She says that Keen left a book at their doorstep, but didn't harm her. She believes that he might not be a terrifying person. However, William tells her that Keen has used her for some malicious activities, including bombings. William decides to follow Meredith to the Dreamland to look for Keen, as he has always been hard to catch. Jack warns him of the risks of doing so, because if something goes wrong, it could cause permanent damage to his head. William agrees to take the risk and continues to enter Meredith's dream. He finally encounters her in Keen's dream, and after telling Meredith to run away, he begins to fight with Keen. Unfortunately, Meredith disappears in the forest and seeks help from the IDO. The IDO moves everyone in the forest to a new scene. Here he tells everyone to leave because he is preparing to continue his fight. Keen says that Meredith will eventually remember everything, but William says that he is prepared to continue erasing her memory. Meredith hides in the distance, watching the two fight, inadvertently hearing William's voice. Soon, William begins to strangle his opponent, but Meredith's battery is drained, so she is forced to leave her dream mode, also waking up William. Jack is unhappy about William's confrontation with Keen in Meredith's dream. He warns William that taking Keen's life is illegal, but William stubbornly insists that he will do everything he can to take Keen away. When William returns home, Meredith says that she doesn't want to erase her memories anymore, but he convinces her that it is for her own good. Then, he arranges to take her to the hospital for memory wiping. In the facility, she meets other companions who are interested in overthrowing Wifelike. Meredith is confused about how they remember their past lives, but they tell her how to hide her memories in the random files of dream mode. Meanwhile, Louise gives Jack's girlfriend a file of Jack's, which she gives to him when Jack comes home. When Jack arrives, he looks at these files and is shocked by their content. He goes to find William and confronts him about the contents of the file. As it turns out, this file contains the truth about Keen. William took Keen's life, which is why they couldn't find him when they went looking for Keen, because he only exists in Meredith's memory. That's why William is desperate to erase her memory. Jack decides to arrest William for the crime. However, William defends himself by saying that he has always loved Meredith and knew that she should be his. Jack pulls out his gun, but isn't fast enough, and William quickly shoots him. Not long after, Meredith walks in and confronts William about the deaths of his colleague Jack and Keen. As it turns out, Meredith can now access all her memories. She wasn't always a companion, but was a member of scifi. One day, she went to William's house and asked him to sign a petition against Wifelike, and William was immediately captivated by her. Despite her having a boyfriend, Keen, William became obsessed with her and started following her. One day, he arrested Meredith and Keen. After fabricating charges, William shot Keen, then took Meredith's life, put a ring on her finger, and brought her to jail as his wife, becoming his companion. Luckily, her memories were hidden in her random memories and didn't completely disappear. The IDO also allows her to access these files. Looking back, she questions William's misdeeds. Then, she boosts her strength and duels with William, killing him in the process. With William's departure, Meredith is revealed as the leader of scair, and at the end of the movie, she unites her colleagues against Wifelike. William is made into an artificial intelligence, and is now on a mission to track the leader of scair, while Meredith is working to end this evil company. If you enjoy this video, please give a like and subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching.